Welcome back to sportsreview.com. I'm Natalie Rydstrom here and introducing today's guest for round two betting here. We've got Alex from Need for Tips, Whale Kappa and RDL from Tipsters Club. Smashed round one, although when we started Whale Kappa, you were like, yeah. But I thought everyone did really good.
Well, relative to my performance in round one of previous slams, this round one was a success, not losing a ton of money. So that's about all I can say.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
RDL, obviously new to the show. This is your second time ever filming with us, and you went 6-1. Pretty impressive. That is a very, very good start.
Yeah, I've got lucky.
I don't know. I think, well, luck and knowledge. I think it was a very good combination. And also, Alex, Need for Tips there. Simona Halep still in the competition. No, I saw you posted on your Twitter handle at Need for Tips. You did some tennis accas for us. You did two, and both of them won. Simona Halep was in one of them. How far do you think she's going to go through the tournament now? Obviously, had injury. How's she looking?
I don't know. Second round against Kenan is a tough match. A better player than Kaya Kanepi, in my opinion. I think that this is the real test again. Kenan. It was very good for Simona Halep that she played 3 sets because this is also practicing. This is also coming back from 1 set down. Despite being without coach, she somehow created a plus from her mindset, because we know that she had huge problems in the past with that. She needed a psychologist. She never got one. Darren Cahill also was her coach, also her psychologist. Now she's without a coach, without him. It's very, very bad. Coming after an injury, back injury, very serious one. No plays but one against Barty before the Australian Open. Yes, she practiced with some big names before the big event, but it's very important, in my opinion, that she played 3 sets, and more important than that, that she came from 1 set down. She's at maybe 75% right now in level of fitness. She totally won this one with her head and talent, because she's by far more talented than her opponent today. Yeah, I think that if she will pass the second round, we might see her having a deep tournament.
Interesting. No, obviously we talked about it on our first round video. Andy Murray out, and what's his likelihood looking like for the rest? Obviously, I think he wanted to bow out in Wimbledon. Welcome, but do you think he will make it that far?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, he's gotten so much support from the tennis community at this point. You'll definitely see more of Andy Murray in 2019. It actually was kind of funny. He set everybody up for, this is going to be my last Australian Open, and then when the British TV was trying to kind of show like a career retrospective, he was like, well, maybe not. Maybe I'll be back. So I think he's already kind of feeling like the love of the tennis community, that they don't want to see him go just yet. So he'll definitely put in some more matches together for us in 2019. And unless his hip like completely deteriorates and he just can't get out of bed to get out on the on the lawns at the Wimbledon Cricket and Tennis Club this July, I would expect we see him for sure come out and try to make at least one last hurrah.
Yeah, I hope so. And yes, I did see, I saw also the tributes and things from the tennis community, a lot of love and support coming for Andy Murray there. RDL, with the first round obviously in the bag now, and you did, remarkably well. You're saying it's luck. I beg to differ. But were there any sort of surprises, upsets, or surprises and upsets that you were predicting?
For the second round?
For first round.
Okay, I've done some math for the first round, and the ATP had 18 upsets from 64 matches. That is 28% underdogs wins. That is pretty small. And most of them were small underdogs between 2 and 250.
Yeah.
On the women's side, there were only 12 underdog wins, and that is 18%. that is really, really small.
Mm-hmm.
And seeded regarded is on the men's side only 3 seeds lost, and on the women's side only 5 seeds lost. And on the men's side was Cecchinato, Isner, and I don't remember the third one, but Edmund. All of three could lose easily, and yeah, I think nothing spectacular, but we found some underdog wins like Bolt that was insanely priced, like McDonald that was insanely priced. I got some underdog wins. Whale Capper had also the Opelka bet that he won with as an underdog. On the women's side, there were value. I think there was a lot of value also on the favorites because there was like Tsurenko 170, and she should have been 120 or something like that. She won quite easily. There was also Petra Martic that was priced wrongly despite being 160, and she should have been smaller. I took also on Vekic that was 150, and I thought she should be 120 or something, and she won also quite easily. So for the second round, I think we can look also at the favorites to have value in the prices, not only in the underdogs.
Yeah, that was sort of leads my. Go on, Alex.
Let me ask you a question. There were upsets on paper or upsets in your point of view? Because on my point of, in my opinion, I think
prices.
that just prices, because upsets in my opinion, I don't think that there were so many. I think that upsets I can count maybe one. Even Andy Murray was not an upset. Let's take it like that.
Yeah, of course.
I think that the only upset from both women's and men's was Victoria Azarenka. Let's put it this way. I think that
she was
just on paper they were upsets.
Yeah, the price related, they were upsets. I don't think there were many upsets, in my opinion. There was Kokinatkis that retired. There was Azarenka, as you said. Let me see. There was Chong that struggled to get in 5 sets only. There weren't many upsets that I didn't predict, but there were on paper, and that's why we try to find the best value, as you do the same, and that's why we don't see them as upsets because we saw the value. We thought that they should be favorites, but upsets on the paper, price related. So the market was wrong, sort of.
Exactly, right. And this is why we've got you guys on here to point us in the right direction, where the market is wrong, where we've got the value, and that's what gives us a good return on investment here. So just quickly as well, RDL, those stats obviously that you've taken from the first round, are you using those to sort of like predict and formulate your round 2 bets?
No, I don't think that the stats from the first round can impact the second round, because the prices are made by the market, not by the past results. You can take the percentage of underdog wins in Australian Open just to see how many were priced wrongly or something like that, but you cannot put your money just on the stats.
Yeah.
These I found as funny facts. That's why I said them, because there were very few underdog wins.
Yeah. No, and nice to have them on as well. And it's interesting as well that you say, obviously, you use stats, but you use stats and then sort of formulate your bets from there. Well, Kappa, looking into round 1 now, what sort of games are sticking out to you that you like the value of?
Yeah, first of all, I'll echo that all those points were well taken. This has been the chalkiest tournament that I can remember, especially for an Australian Open. The way, at least from my memory, and this, I don't have numbers to back this up, but from my memory, there's usually players who are pretty good, best of 5, ATP level players that are considered to be better players that show up out of shape and just get pushed around by, underdogs and qualifiers and things like that. And there's some shocks and some surprises. Close call with Nishikori yesterday. If that fella doesn't cripple up from cramps, I think Nishikori might have lost that match, and that would have been a true shocker. But I think we've seen all of the contenders kind of show up and show that they are in relatively strong form.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that you're going to see a whole bunch of upsets really in the beginning of this tournament. And, to a degree, I've kind of confirmed what I suspected, that Nadal's not really a contender in this tournament. I was not at all impressed with his performance against Duckworth. I think once he gets to the later rounds and he goes up against stiffer competition, he's going to find himself on the losing end. Very, very excited to see Demonauer and Nadal play in the third round. Assuming that we get that matchup, that will be one absolutely worth watching. And as we look at the second round and the way it stacks up, I don't see a ton of underdogs that I think have realistic shots to pull off wins. There's maybe there's only three that really kind of pop to me, and I'll go through them and see what your guys' thoughts are. And actually maybe a good one to start with would be Basilashvili versus Travaglia. I thought it was interesting that they moved Basil from court 5 out to court 20. And he's kind of putting him in kind of it's kind of playing as one of the slower courts. The clay court players did especially well there. And now you throw Basil kind of out into the outer reaches of the tournament. It'll be interesting to see if that kind of sets up an opportunity for an upset with Travaglia. I like Travaglia on the handicap at +5, -105. I've got that bet in for tonight. And then RBA, Roberto Artisto Agut. He obviously played a very, very emotional, grueling 5-setter against Andy Murray 2 days ago, and now he's got the home favorite John Millman to deal with. This is not a great matchup for him. I think Millman absolutely can be frisky in this one. I don't know if Millman pulls off the upset again. I'm looking for a games handicap here with Millman at +4.5. And part of this is because I think Millman can take a set or two, and part of this is because when RBA is losing, when he gives up an early break, a lot of times he'll pack it in and lose a set 6-1, 6-2, 6-0. And so it's nice to be on the game's handicap against RBA in my experience through past slams.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, just also as well, there's obviously from the first round as well, RDL saying that there wasn't many upsets. We've got Joey Silva saying that he thinks there are going to be a lot of upsets in today's round. If you think that there's not going to be a lot of upsets, it sort of seems like a good sort of chance of doing some sort of parlay betting on some of the lower priced favorites. Is that right? Is that something that's for us parlay betting lovers? Is that something we should look into?
Parlay
Well,
betting.
do you parlay bet? I know Alex, obviously great success in round 1. I'll obviously ask you if you've got anything for round 2. But what do you think, Well Capper, on that?
Yeah, there are some value in the favorites, the way that they're priced. People are expecting underdogs to kind of show up and some of the bigger numbers to hit here. But I'm just not seeing it. I think the top players are in relatively good form. And as long as you're treading carefully and you're not picking a guy who's potentially a little tired, I'm not seeing any motivational issues. None of these guys are, who are favored at least in round 2 that I can tell you are just here for a paycheck, or are not in the right form or mindset to try to go out and win a match. So it does seem like a parlay player's delight, looking at the way that the round 2 slate is stacked up. One other underdog, and I'm curious of the Alex and Ardil's take on this, that it just missed my card, is Taylor Fritz against Gael Monfils. Monfils didn't really impress, and Fritz does seem to have kind of added some elements to his game early this season that I didn't see from him last season. So he might be a handful for Monfils today. And he's moderately priced dog. I think like 275-ish. And 2.75 plus 175-ish. And I think that's kind of an interesting price, and I might take a swing on that. But I don't know. I don't see really any favorites that I'm like, huge warning signs. Do not add to a parlay because he, looks like he's ready to head home. So it should be a fun one.
Yeah. Yeah, Alex. Oh, obviously, and somebody said Joey Silver says parlays favor the bookies. Never had luck in parlays. Well, the same can't be said for Alex, who he's actually on social media. They call him the Aka King. King Aka, you have a lot of luck with parlay bettings, and so much so that we do a weekly parlay betting show over at Odds Market. Just started launching it there, and you guys should really tune in for that. He's nailed 10 team ACCAs all season long. It's well documented. So, Alex, is this the time for ACCA players? That's European ACCAs or parlay betting for round 2?
That's what I'm doing. I did it in the first round in both days. We won the free players parlay, both of them. But both of them were from the women's side. I think that I like more that side when it comes to parlay betting, because it's a 2 or 3 match. It's not sets. It's not 3 from 5. So I think that, and most of all, I'm watching more women's. Tennis. I don't know. Maybe I like them more. Maybe because of Halep. Maybe because of other good tennis players in the WTA tour. Yes, I watch a lot of men's also. Imagine that I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and my wife says that I'm a little bit crazy. She forgot obviously that the that Australian Open is going on right now. Yeah, we are luck. It needs also a little bit of luck. Today we stayed the last match with Halep. She came back from 1 set down to win it. In the first day, we didn't need luck because all 3 plays nailed it. 2-0, 2-0 straight sets in all 3 of them. I posted already a free players parlay, let's say, for in few hours are starting the matches for tomorrow. Let's say I will prepare one also for day 4, but also I'm playing single bets. Let's say that parlay betting is 15% of my tipping. My tipping is for free. Also, Well Cappers tipping is for free. There you can find us on Twitter. We are doing it for free, and we are doing it also here at SBR, giving you guys many plays for free.
All right. And I am excited to see what you've got for round 2. Ardil, you said you've been looking for that value. Start us off on the women's side here. What are you looking at?
On the women's side, I have one moment. I have to find my tips. On the women's side, I think that the main match will be Bouchard versus Williams. That will be the blockbuster. And I think there will be 3 sets because Bouchard has defeated Williams before. And she can be on fire. If she can break early in the set, she can win that set. So I'm getting small stakes on over 2.5 sets in Bouchard versus Williams. I'm getting over 2.5 sets in Siegemund versus Hrie. And I'm getting over 2.5 sets in Bencic versus Putintseva. These are my bets for the WTA. I couldn't find that much value that I would bet because all the matches are very evenish, and that's why I took the overs now. Bencic Putintseva is like a roller coaster. Putintseva has always these matches, these drama matches. She can win a set, then she gets angry, then when you see the handshakes of Putintseva, you see how she is as a person and how the matches are. The last match she had with Strikova, she barely handshaked at the net with the opponent. It was very, very funny. So I think there will be 3 sets because both can win a set and both can choke really hard despite leading by a break or something. Siegemund has surprised me very, very much. So I think that was the biggest surprise of the all tournament. I don't think we will see a surprise like that. Also regarding the fact that Azarenka was 1-15 pre-match and then was set and break up, and she lost from there against a player that doesn't play on hard courts. So I think she can take a set. Both players are pretty even in game style, and I think this will be a cat versus mouse game, and both can win a set. On the men's side, what I saw is Karlovic at big price. I think he can frustrate Nishikori. Nishikori had a very bad match. Karlovic has won already 3 matches against Nishikori, if I remember right. If they get to a tiebreak, I think everything is possible. So the or what the price is, 6.12 is insane for Karlovic. He got broken 2 times in this year in 8 matches or something like that. 2 times only. So the 39-year-old guy can do another upset. I think he's good value there. I also marked Bautista Agut versus Millman as over 3.5 sets. They played 4 times, if I remember rightly, and Bautista leads 3-1, but they had 3 matches played in over. Only 1 match was played in minimum sets. And the sets were like insanely. 2 years ago in French Open, the sets were 6-2, 6-2, 6-love, 6-1. So both players can win easily a set if the other has a mental meltdown. And the last one that I have for the men's side is Cilic versus McDonald. I didn't like Cilic at all, how he played against Tomic. He struggled. He could have lost a set or two. I don't know. It was the Open. Tomic isn't the player to back usually, but he could have taken a set. They played also tiebreak, if I remember correctly. McDonald had a huge match against Rublev. He was over him entire match. He lost a set despite he could have won in 3 sets, but he maintained the mental strength and he played insanely good. I watched the entire match. It was very good. Strokes from the back, he can cover. McDonald didn't lose to Dimitrov last year, only in the 5th set, and he won a set also in a bagel against Dimitrov. And Cilic always struggled here. He lost many matches as a big favorite in Australia, so I think this could be also an upset here. But I'm backing McDonald plus 7 games here at 193.
All right, interesting stuff. Well, Capper, I know you guys had sort of a difference of opinions there with Ardil in round 1. Obviously, the tips that he's mentioned, or any of those the games that you're looking at, and also as well, women's you decided to pass. How confident do you feel as well headed into round 1? You said, sorry, round 2. Round 1, you said it's like a let's just stay afloat. When does it get going?
I know. It's so early in the season for me, and I really haven't put in enough of the homework watching the players to really gain their form before betting round 1. Now that I've seen them all play, I do feel like my confidence is higher. My angles are a little sharper, and I like pretty much every look that Ardil laid out there. I don't disagree with any of those. Cilic might have been playing a little possum with Tomic, because Tomic is easy to frustrate. So he might have been trying to play a little head games with him. So it's tough to say. But all that said, McDonald has shown through very young career to this point to be a very formidable opponent in best of 5 tennis. And if he comes away with a set against Cilic, it won't surprise me at all. The only other looks that I particularly like on the men's side, besides what I mentioned already, looking for a games handicap with Millman, a games handicap with Travaglia. I like the over in the Opelka match. I'm going back to that well. Opelka is serving extremely confidently. And he's playing a player in Fabiano who is rightfully favored, but I think is a little, he's going to have to, he's going to have to find the right spots to attack Opelka. And I don't know if it's going to come in any other way besides a tiebreak. So the likelihood that we see a 4-setter here and at least 3 tiebreaks is pretty high. And so I'm on over 42 in that Opelka match. And then the last over that I really like is maybe my favorite play of the whole card, because this is just laughably low, is Berdych and Haas. That over today, 35.5. Haas plays Berdych extremely tough. They have he's beaten him on hard twice. I don't love Haas in general as a player, but Berdych, who's clearly coming back, into form, I think is going to be somewhat vulnerable in this match, and I think you could see this go 5 sets. And I think, if Haas takes the first set, then over 35.5 is pretty much, nothing stopping that from coming home. So that's maybe my favorite look, because I do not think Berdych comes away with a 3-0 victory here. And even if he does, the likelihood that there might be 1 or 2 tie breaks is pretty high. So the over 35.5 there is my favorite play of the day. And I'm on the under in the Dimitrov match. I don't think Cuevas is as good as he looked on that slow court 20 in the first round. I think Dimitrov absolutely pulverizes him in this second round match. And Dimitrov kind of had a little bit of, he was a little tight. Ardeel very, very, very sharply looked for a first set fade on Dimitrov, and it came through with flying colors. But then Dimitrov kind of pulled his head out of his ass and started playing some better tennis. And I think he's going to carry that through to a 3-0 victory.
Tipsarevic's body was down. He had a physical meltdown. He couldn't.
So I think Cuevas
Fabiano match.
Dead man walking.
About the Fabiano match, I have to give you some stats. Maybe you didn't know, but Fabiano is horrible against big servers. He has a record 4 wins, 12 losses in the career, and he lost his last 8 matches against big servers.
Yes. I couldn't talk myself into Opelka being able to break serve comfortably enough to back him as the outright, but back him on the money line here, even though he's a favorably priced underdog. I just think this is going to be a 4 or 5 set match with a couple of tie breaks, and as long as I get each guy winning a tie break, then over 42 should be pretty
Opelka
safe.
is big favorite.
Yep.
Opelka is big favorite.
Sorry, go on,
in the books. Opelka is the favorite in this match. 140.
Oh, okay. I thought he was the underdog. He's 140.
No.
Oh, okay. Wow, that guy's
he's big.
Oh. Okay.
This question as well, Whale Kappa. When you obviously sort of round 1, round 2, how many units do you put on a bet? Is it 1 unit? Do you bring it down to half a unit?
Yeah.
Tread carefully.
I do flat. Right. My strategy overall for match by match betting in tennis is flat staking, 1 unit per play. And I bet at a shop that lets me sell games on the total and the handicap, so that I can reduce my juice to as close to even money as possible. And this is kind of a long-term strategy for betting tennis, in my opinion. If I'm making 400, 500 tennis bets in a season, the reducing your juice becomes pretty important. And they offer half games. The price they sell off of half games in the handicap and in the total, in my experience, is not. You're at a benefit if you're selling. So if you're willing to take a little bit riskier line, you get a much more favorable price, and that helps add up over the course of a season. So I usually try to go a little bit off the market price in the direction of the seller to reduce my vig long term in tennis.
Yeah. Just quickly, Alex, before I get to you, somebody asked as well, is SBR in Costa Rica? Yes, we are. And if my memory serves me, I'm not exactly sure, but so for the Super Bowl betcast, we're going to do a Super Bowl betcast, which is obviously on Super Bowl Sunday. There's like a big team that's going down to the beach. They're going to film it live, do live wagering and things like that. And apparently they're doing a competition, which is like the first 75 people to send in a video of why they want to come down and join the Super Bowl betcast. 1 person wins from that. If you do want more information, because I do not know a ton of it, check the Low Bag Show. They talk about it on there. So I think they mentioned it this morning. I think it's all over our Twitter as well, SBR Sports Picks. If you want to get involved and if you want to come to Costa Rica, it's our summertime here. It's beautiful, and I totally recommend that you try. You get basically your airfare and accommodation, but do check the information and details on that one. Alex, sorry, you've been very quiet up
Yay!
coming up in the corner. I know, and it's not like you.
No
You are not
worries.
generally the quietest in the room. What? Quite the contrary, actually. But yes. So listen, we've heard from Whale Kappa, we've heard from RDL here on their tennis plays. Do you have any disagreements here, or are you all on the same page for round two?
I think that Eugene should stop his should press stop on the replay of the show, because he can hear us from the video, because I hear everything on my headphones. Yeah, I totally agree with the guys. Two great minds. I told you that Ardell is one of the great ones out there. Despite the fact that I hate him for selling picks, he's a great tennis mind. We are doing this for free in general, so I like to keep it this way. I hate him from that point of view, but I love him, and I said to you that he is a great tennis capper, and he comes with great stuff on the show. He gives some extra stuff for the show. Well, capper, as always.
I'm doing
I
this
love
for
him
free
from
now.
last season.
Yeah, he's doing this
Oh,
for
okay.
free. He's here for free.
These are
this is
tips
for
for free.
Yeah.
This is free money.
Okay.
And I think you made it clear the first time round. But I know you just
Okay.
wanted to reiterate in case we all missed the subtle hint the time before when you said Whale Cup and you were doing for free. He's here for free. Give the guy a break. He's on the second video, Alex.
I said to
Poor
you that I love him,
guy.
and this is why I recommended him. This is why I recommended him, because
Well,
I love
yeah,
his
let's
work.
not get...
You know.
Well, let's get a free
Yeah,
Yes.
opinion
about
from
Will
our.
Kapper,
Let's get a.
what should I say more? That Will Kapper is one of the great guys out there. U.S. sports, tennis, whatever sports, U.S. sports you might be interested in betting. He has everything. He's doing some excellent podcast with his friend Andy. I'm watching them over on Twitter, and he is doing also the Audible, I think, with Jimmy the Bag, if I remember correct, on SBR. So be sure to follow him there. As for my tips in the second round, I will be short. Opelka minus 3.5 on the games Asian handicap at 1.97 against Fabiano. I'm against Well Capper there with Bautista Agut. I'm giving him a minus 4.5 games on the Asian handicap at 1.75 against Milman. I will roll with Pierre Herbert, whom Eugene took in the first round. I will take him also in the second round at 2.32 against Chang. I will take my country guy, Marius Copil, plus 5.5 on the Asian handicap against Goffin. Me and Eugene were talking before the show, saying that we already know the hours that they are playing tomorrow, but we don't know the hours that they are playing the fourth day, you know. So Marius Copil, Eugene mentioned that he has some problems with the heat, and if they will put him to play in the midday, he might struggle with his serve. But I still think that he is very fit right now, and he can cover that plus 5.5 games on the Asian handicap. He might lose 3-0 on sets, but I think that at least two of them he will go till tiebreak with them, despite Goffin being one of the best players on the tour. He demonstrated that Copil demonstrated that he's a great server, and he's developing good. New coach there, new ambitions in 2019. Declared that he wants to come in top 50, if I remember correct, his declaration. So I will take Copil at plus 5.5 on the Asian handicap at even money. On the women's side, I love the women's side. I have Lesia Tsurenko, 2-0 straight sets at 2.6 against Anisimova. I think that everyone is underestimating Tsurenko. Anisimova, very young, very talented, but very young, 17 years old, not a lot of experience on tour. I know that she will have a great career, but Tsurenko is on fire right now. and she will probably finish it easily in 2 sets. Yeah, the first one might be a longer than expected. Maybe we might see a tiebreak there, but I think that she will win in 2 sets. Maria Sakkari 2-0 against Sharma at 1.93. Sakkari is playing great in 2019, and I think that she will have a great campaign, a great season in 2019. I'm taking an underdog here. Bianca Andreescu against Sevastova. Sevastova is struggling this season, and I think that Bianca Andreescu is playing her best tennis right now. She's a great mindset, great shots, great composure, very skillful and talented. She will have a great career. I was talking with one of our colleagues, Jan Cameron. He's Canadian, and he was saying to me how proud they are about Bianca Andreescu. But he also mentioned that she is half Romanian. She is more than half Romanian. She's her both parents are Romanians. She was born in Canada, raised till 10 or 7 in Romania, and after that moved again in Canada. A great player. She's representing Canada. Congrats on that. We have our Halep. We're proud of that. So Andreescu, I'm happy with Andreescu. And about the Halep match, as I said, it will be tougher than expected. I didn't expect a tough match in the first round against Kaya Kanepi. It's good that, again, I will say it's good that she played three sets. It's good that she came back from 1 set down. But in the second round, she will have a tough one against Kenan, a dangerous player right now. And if Halep will be at the same level from the first round, she will have a tough match. So I see Kenan covering plus 4.5 games on the Asian handicap at 1.85. I hope that Halep will win it, but I see it a tough one. I see it a tight match. So these are my 8 tips for the second round of the Australian Open.
I like the way you said you'd keep it short, but yeah. You're like, I was like, woo! I was like,
Nice and
"Listen, take
tight."
your time." But no, listen, great. The more the merrier of the tips. I'm joking, and fantastic. These are a ton of tips for you guys moving forward. Somebody did say as well something about can you relay them or what were the tips or things like that. These guys have Twitter accounts. It's whale_kappa. We've got an undodial. They're all in the description actually, so you can read it. And at Need for Tips as well. They post their free picks, all 3 of them. Whale Kappa, Ardeel, and Alex are all free. And so do give these guys a follow. And killed it the first round. And so I'm excited to see what's in store for round 2. Before we close off, does anybody want to add anything? Well,
I got one.
Well,
super fun, a super fun angle to bet today. Court 3, you have 2 Greek wonderkins going back-to-back matches. Tsitsipas plays in the opening match on Court 3, and then Greek young woman Sakkari that Alex back 2-0 plays right after. They have a very solid relationship. They're building a good thing in Greek tennis overall. It's very cool to watch. Tsitsipas did not look great in his opening match. A lot of that was the court speed caught him by surprise. Now that he's played one on Court 3, I think he's going to look a lot sharper in this match. He can absolutely dominate. And I'm gonna combine Sakkari -4 games, Tsitsipas -6 games, put them together for a nice little 2.85 plus 185 parlay with those 2 handicaps, and should be a great day to be a Greek tennis fan. They should be packing the stands. They travel well. They have a lot of support. They should, Court 3 will just be one giant Greek party in the Australian Open grounds today. So, let's go Greece, and that should be a fun parlay to have in the queue.
Fantastic.
One
stuff.
short thing,
Anybody
20
else
seconds. One thing, 20 seconds. Doubles are coming, and important. I don't know if Eugene said or I've seen it on Twitter. Marius Copil, the Romanian guy, is is playing the doubles with Fucsovic. So that's an interesting team, and I think that you might want to check them out on the doubles, on the men's doubles.
Great information there. Also, again, I just want to say about the Betcast, because somebody asked me about a video thingy. It's a Betcast. Do find more information on SBR Sports Picks. It's about sending in a video telling us why you want to come down for the Super Bowl. The first 75 entries are considered, and obviously there is one winner. You get your flights and whatever else. You need to check the stuff on that one. And also tomorrow night we are back again. The lovely guys at UWager are sponsoring. It's $1,000 bounty free roll. There's $100 on each of our heads. Whale Capper is in. I'm in. And so if you knock one of us out, you get $100, and it starts 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Wednesday the 16th, which is tomorrow. Come and join us. Signing up is free, participation is free, and the cash is real. So bear that in mind. All right, great stuff. Someone is asking me about my tennis picks. I am a soccer tipster. I invite these great minds on. I am the mere host in this one, and I just listen to what these guys have to offer. So unfortunately, I do not have anything. I do not want to steer in the wrong direction, shall I say? But that's why I have these guys on, because they know what they're talking about. So much appreciation to everybody watching, and of course to our wonderful cappers here, Whale Capper, Ardeel, and Alex from Need for Tips. Thank you so much, guys. And I'll
for
see
1
you.
second.
Go on.
I want to drop a bomb. Ebden will frustrate Nadal. I think Nadal will retire. I will go small stake on Ebden at 1 set bookie, because Nadal was very bad.
Dropping a bomb. What a way to round off the show. Okay, guys, I'll see you Thursday as well for round 3 bets. Take care. Best of luck, and I'll see you soon.
Best of luck.
See you. Thanks for watching.